welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to talk about a special museum that I went to in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. So I was looking for things to do, and I love museums, and I absolutely love when they're an interactive museum. So I came across something called the 3D Museum of Wonder, and I had never been to a 3D museum before. So I was like, okay, let's go for it. So when I was looking online, I noticed that they had a 10% discount. So who doesn't love a discount? So I definitely utilized that 10% discount. I also saw that they have a discount for students, and they also have discounts for residents that live in the area. So I was happy to get my 10% off. We arrived at the museum. The museum is located near the famous 5th Avenue, but it's off of 10th Avenue. And when we went inside, there was like nobody there. So we were like, dang, is it open or is it closed? But thank God it was open. And there was a guy that was behind the desk. And so the first thing you have to do is, I believe they took our temperature and we had to sign some paper or whatever. I can't remember what the paper says, but yeah. And then they also tell you that you have to take off your shoes. And I was like, okay, I've never been to a museum where you have to take off your shoes, but I thought it was cool. And there's a reason why you have to take off your shoes. But they give you like stockings or whatever, like the ones that you find at the shoe store that you have to put on. So once they did that, we were ready to go into the museum. And the cool part was, probably due to COVID, there's not as many people as it normally is inside. So we literally had the whole museum to ourselves. And I thought that was super cool because I feel like we got a chance to get our photo ops in. So it wasn't like, oh, okay, let me wait till the next person goes, or this person is in my shot, or this person's in my video. So I thought that was super cool that we got a chance to have the whole museum to ourselves. Okay, let's get straight into it. I'm going to give you tips on how to enjoy the museum. Let's go. You have a really great phone. I have an iPhone, which I feel like the iPhone does take good pictures, but my friend, I think she has a Samsung, so I'm not saying that Samsung has better picture taking, but it just worked out to where we took all the pictures on her phone. Or I say use your camera. Like I say, you're going to take a lot of photos while you're there, so you absolutely need to have the best camera possible, and your phone will absolutely work fine as well. But if you want to get like different angles, pictures, I mean, camera does stuff that phones won't do, so it's really up to your choice as to whether or not what are you going to use to take your photos with. Recommend that you utilize the tour guides that are there. I felt like using them made a huge difference because sometimes you don't really know where to stand or what the angle is. But he was really good about all that particular stuff. And so there was a really cool picture. And the picture, he was like, okay, you're gonna be on one side of the zebra, and then you're gonna run around to the other side of the museum. And he was able to capture this video, or this photo with both of us in the screen. It was super cool. So you're gonna see the picture up above. And I was like, how did you do that? Like, if it was just me taking the picture, there would be no way that we would have taken that particular photo. And he was like super, super nice. I kid you not, we probably had like about 100 and something photos after he was finished. So if you can utilize the tour guide, I say go for it. I saw a bunch of reviews where they were like, I didn't want the guy helping us to take the picture, and he seems to kind of be hovering around, but guarantee your pictures will come out way better if you have a professional doing it. Professional meaning they work at the museum, so they know exactly what the angles are and where you should stand. Like place stickers that are on the ground, and it'll be like stand here. So that is the spot that you should stand in to get that particular illusion. So remember, these are not real things, but it literally feels as if these things are jumping out at you or reaching towards you or different things like that. But I guarantee you, if you stand off just a little bit, the illusion won't take place. And I would have to say, I think my favorite one was like the cake topper. So you'll see that. And so it was like one of us could be in the cake, like we're eating the cake. One of us could be like popping up inside the cake. So I feel like that was one of the funnest ones that I took a picture with. And also kind of like the standing on the ledge things, like those were fun and exciting because it looks like you're actually about to go jump in somewhere. So there's a couple of them that were my favorites, and I was like, oh, this is super cool. So yeah, remember, stand at the correct spot. That you look at the pictures next to the paintings, because they actually have examples of like where you can stand or what you should do. Obviously you can make your own moves or different things like that, but I keep mentioning how to stand, and that's because that gives you the best 3D illusion possible. So make sure you look at the pictures for inspiration and create your own photos as well. It doesn't have to be exactly like the pictures, but it just gives you an idea to go ahead and do your own thing. Do some yoga or stretch before you get there. So I say that as a joke though, because I have not done yoga in years. I've tried yoga before, and they told me to get in this position and I could barely breathe, and they're like, no, but just breathe. And I'm like, but I can't breathe. So I never went back to yoga after that. But so if you don't want to do yoga, go ahead and just stretch a little bit. And I'm laughing when I say that because we were all in all different angles. We were on the floor, we were stretching. So I feel like I can't say that people that like have disabilities or something can't go to the museum, but there will be certain photos that you probably wouldn't do because of like you have to sit on the ground or bend your legs or something like that. Like I was like, oh my God, that we had a workout. I didn't realize I was getting a workout at the museum today. So just go ahead and be flexible. You don't have to stretch or do yoga before you go, but I felt like just know that you're gonna be stretching it out, putting your legs like this way or sitting that way. So I just wanted to warn y'all before y'all went there. have a good time at the museum. I feel like me and my friend Ashley, we spent about, I would say, 2 to 3 hours there. And maybe because we got a chance to take our time, because like it was just us in the museum. But again, like I said, our tour guide was super, super patient with us. And so that allowed us to take our time and probably spend the 2 to 3 hours that we were in there. So I feel like it's good for all ages. If your little ones are into posing for photos and seeing how the photos work, it's good for, you know, teenagers or adults. Great Instagram photos that you can get if that's your thing. And then after that, you have a video about the guy who did the paintings. His name was Kurt Wiener. And so he is a 3D artist. And so they showed a video clip of him, how he started off in his career. And so he literally started off doing like sidewalk chalk and stuff, where he was from, I want to say he was from Italy or Spain. Don't quote me on that. And so basically he found out that was a way that he can earn money. And so he would do these things on the sidewalk, but obviously the weather, like rain or something like that, can mess up. So he could work on a painting for hours and then it erases. So as he begins to gain popularity, I did for the museum. And so obviously they don't use chalk because it would erase. Video was very informative to show you how he got started and how the museum became what it was. So I definitely think that you should watch the video to get a little history behind it. And I will say lastly, just have fun. Like, it was a good time. Like I said, I always look for interesting museums. Of course, you can go to the typical history and the typical art museums, but I've been to like the selfie museum before. I've been to the ice cream museum before. So this is my little thing of just being outside the box and doing something differently. So would I recommend it? Absolutely. You need something to do. Some people say it's on the pricier side because it was what, like $30-something. So it's really up to you if you feel like the price is worth it or it's not. But I feel like it's something different and I had never been, and so I'm glad that I did. All right, well, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you are able to check out the museum